All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a message. Real talk. It's called Real Talk. Um, I guess I should have had my little stand right here. Probably would have worked better for me, but I'm going to try to do the best that I can right here. We're going to talk real talk this evening, okay? Um, I want to talk about several things today. But first and foremost, I want to talk about what I've said several times to you all about the AI. The AI is out to make everything wrong right. Okay? People do not understand how they are already bowing down to the beast. Okay, they have signed themselves in already. So a lot of people think it's funny and they think it's cute and they think it's wise. Oh, it's just innocent. It's nothing to it, but it is. I sat back in the last 3 days and watched how AI is taking pictures off of your phone. Oh yes, uploading them on Facebook against your will. I've sat back and watched AI open people's YouTube page, and they had no idea that they had a YouTube page. They never been on YouTube. And I'm like telling my aunt, I just got a notification that you got a YouTube page. I go to the page and there her name and everything is. And she uploaded a song that I sent to her yesterday. You see? She said, I didn't do that. She just couldn't believe it. You all, I think everything that's happening, I'm with y'all. I really think I am. I really, I can, and that's probably how long I've been, he's been with me, is enough for me to see where he coming from. I can see where the Father's coming from, even with the will to allow everything to go according to the way that it has gone. I'm with him in this, y'all. I'm all the way with him. I'm all the way with whatever he got going that's going to happen in the tribulation, in the perilous time, in men heart failing them. I'm all for it. Like I told y'all over and over, I'm with y'all. I like how he rumbled because these things he have rumbled with everybody, giving people all these signs and leaving them all kind of tokens and all kind of things so they themselves won't be out here half cocked. But as I sit back and I think about the Most High God and how he has orchestrated everything, I said, Father, I think I know for a fact. I ain't telling him this today. I've been saying this for years. I'm with you. I'm with you. I like how you rumble because I do. Because, to me, y'all, the more and more I see things, the more and more I draw closer in understanding him. See, y'all out here trying to understand the world. Y'all trying to understand each other. Y'all trying to understand the way the system works. Y'all trying to understand what you don't understand. But with me, I understand him. I understand why he rumbled the way he rumbled. I understand why y'all moved the way he moved. And even when I might question what Father, when you did this, and what about? It's always something he got way ahead of what I'm asking. And he's so, how would I say, quiet in the way that he reveals it to me. I like how he rumbles. Y'all don't never understand that when I say that, but I do. I get a kick out of the way he rumbles because he does it not liking to nobody. And I sit back and I think, I said, but all that you done, and look how the people treat you. How could you have created all this and they still think it's something they can do that'll make a difference? People really think it's in their power and in their authority, in their hands, that they can make a difference in all this chaos. Oh, Father, my hands are thrown up. And they've been up for quite a long time. It's no way I'm out here to change none of the will of the Father. And as time goes on, you realize People really, really believe that things can change. They really believe things are going to change. And then it dawned on me. Take it easy, Deborah. Greater is he that's in thee than he that's in the world. He said, I will teach you all things. I will reveal things to you. I will even show you things to come. He's talking to Deborah from the spiritual realm of where it's coming from. While everybody is chasing their tails around, thinking they got the answer and they can figure this thing out. Truly, it can work this way. Oh, no. Oh, it can work this way. It can be this way. But what they start to reveal in these end days, how separate away the tare is from the wheat. You know, and I'm sitting here and I'll be like, oh, only thing I'm going to be honest with y'all. All I can understand is y'all. I don't understand people. I don't understand people. All I can understand is the Most High Yah. And you know what, y'all? That's all I want to understand. And that's why I keep telling y'all, I love the way he rumbles. His swag, the way he go about doing things. I like that. Is it pain and sorrow? Sure it is. But I like the way he does it. I don't like the way the world do it. I don't like the way the people think it. I don't like the way the people feel it. I don't like y'all wisdom. I don't like y'all knowledge. And I definitely don't have nothing to do with your understanding. And I'm grateful. I tell y'all that. I'm grateful for him. Because he didn't have to be what he has been to me 65 years. I don't care if I go left, he'll show me left should have been right. Oh, let me get to this way. And why he's showing me that you're going left, but I'm going to show you should go right. And when he showed me right, he gives me the reason why. He break the right side all the way down so I can understand. See, you don't want to go to the left, Deborah. And never see the left to compare to him on the right. People really believe this is a day they're going to escape. This is a day that he has truly lied. This ain't a day that the Father has lied. I'm his servant. I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one. I had to minister to my aunt today. I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one. So what do that mean, Deborah? That means I got to stand on what they say and what y'all is saying to me today. I got my hands full. And I ain't talking about my natural hands. I'm talking about my spiritual hands. It's full. Because I got to stand on what yesterday prophet prophesied and today what the Spirit keeps saying to me to prophesy or to speak on. So I'm full. I'm a full meal deal. You see? But you have to let people go their way. You have to let them set them free. It's okay. It's okay. It's over. Everybody trying to find that place. And I like somebody tell me where it's at. I don't get it. It's no way I'm going to fall in a hole looking for my way to the light. For what? Why would I go backwards instead of going forward in such a time as this? But the Spirit is saying to me right now, the multitude has been headed backwards. Because I even mentioned it to someone yesterday. It seemed like the minds of people are going backwards instead of forward. Things are going back to what it used to be. Because really, that's where you need to, that's really where you belong, where you come from. And I'm seeing it, y'all. And don't think I'm seeing it that it may affect me. I'm seeing it because it's going to affect somebody out there. Many. Because people are going back to the vomit. Not only are they going back to the vomit, they going back thinking they're going to find what they couldn't find ahead. Ooh, no, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. I sat back yesterday and had no idea that AI was taking my videos, clipping it Only, woo, Father, yeah. AI is clipping my videos based on what it wants to allow the people to hear and put it on my short post on YouTube. I ain't never seen that before. Since I've been on here, I ain't never seen that. Like this video here, if I did this video live, AI would clip what I just said or something that it's interested in. Somewhere they got it where they want to pull something out that you're saying that'll counteract you or to go against you. Something in that message that'll go up against you. And I'm like saying, why is all these people looking at this here video? Well, wait a minute. In this short, why are all these people listening? Then I listened. I said, who put that up? Who uploaded that? And they take clips. Only the clips that question you. To make the world question you. It's deep. Did you think I didn't know AI was going to do that? Sure, I did. AI would have you robbing a bank. Like I told my aunt today. She's in a wheelchair. I said, AI will take you out that wheelchair and have you in Arkansas robbing a bank. And you stay right in Missouri. And you wouldn't stand up in court that you wasn't there. They would go by what AI showed. And that's how it's there. It's there to capture individual that's talking like I am. I would have never saw it coming to the Holy Spirit taught it to me when he allowed them to do it that yesterday and today. And then I went back, I see they got others. You see? And I'm like, other videos of mine and has posted them. I'm like, but who told them to do that? Now, how can you go over a whole hour video and post what you want out of it and upload it on short? It's strange. It ain't strange. It makes a lot of sense because the Father said, but that's what you said it was going to do, Deborah. So don't act so amazed or so shocked. It is. It becomes so shocking that they are doing this stuff and ain't nobody saying nothing about it. So you see how in love you all have fell in love with AI without revealing what AI is doing. I had to let go of my son and his, not so much as my son, but his wife and her teaching and raising her child. Let her alone. Let her go head on. Because these young people today think that they're going to use these babies, but they don't even understand what's ahead of them. So you go on and raise that child on AI. AI going to raise you and that child. You're going to put everything about that child in the system. And this is how ignorant young mothers are. They're going to put their child in that system. They're going to tell AI the child's temperature, the child's age, from minute to second, every move of the child, to where AI going to be running that child. Oh, yes. And this is how ignorant the young mothers is. But you know what? The Spirit of the Most High said, Deborah, don't you remember? I said, yeah, I know what you finna say. I told her before she even had that baby, probably 4 months before she had that baby, don't raise that baby on AI. You need to leave AI alone. AI is no joke. But what AI is doing now, it's in TikTok, it's in YouTube, on YouTube. I see it doing my page. And they on Facebook, Facebook posting my pictures, y'all, off my cell phone. And I didn't even tell them to. These are not pictures I wanted posted on Facebook. So how are y'all gripping my phone and taking the pictures off, posting them on Facebook? That's deep. That's real deep. Because they're showing you, we're going to put everything about you out. We run you now. And then you wonder why I said I'm under the umbrella of the Most High Yah. So you all go out there and keep on being foolish if you want. But it's an addiction, like drugs, like alcohol. People are addicted Do you know Sister Deborah had this issue all her living? Anything that causes me to have to continue to need it, I buckle up on. I will buckle up because I don't want no addiction, nothing controlling me from the outside. When I know I got something greater in me, you ain't about to control me. That's how coffee was. That's how anything, vitamins and iron, nothing. You're not going to control me. I control you. You see? Now, here's a coffee here. I think I had one coffee last week. One last week. I don't even think I had now the week before because I don't want coffee to think it's going to make me feel I have to have it. I drink you when I want to drink you. You ain't going to put me under a spell. And that's how my whole living is and have been. I don't believe in going under captivity when he said he has set me free. Why would you let the things of this world that you use and you feel you can't do without and it has to control you? A lot of people don't even understand something like AI is control them 24/24 for the rest of their living. You know why? Because they so used to all kind of things in their household, things they take, things they eat. All of these addictions has taken over them and it controls them from the outside. So they control from the outside. So if something in the inside said no more, they wouldn't go the route of the inside. They'll stick to the route of the outside. Let's go with this message. And I want to talk about several messages. And I went to really like, okay, Father, give me some verses, give me something to put out so I can climb on top. And the Father said to me, but Deborah, you can speak that thing. You don't need not one verse out of that instruction book. You can speak that thing. And I'm gonna try to do that on one side, but I'm gonna cover the other side by giving you a few verses, and we're not fit to, but we're going to climb on top of it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 11. In the book of Isaiah chapter 11, let's start there. And this is what you call real talk, okay? I feel David's presence. I really do, out of nowhere. I just felt David's presence. When I said I felt David, David just shot through my thought pattern. You know, for some reason. Why? I have no idea. I haven't experienced that. But yeah, I felt David's presence. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 11. Now, I want to explain something to you all. And I'm trying to, I didn't want to say this, but this is something else that's kind of went quickened to me. And it kind of brought a little sorrow drop in my spirit. Because I'm going to talk about Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, and Hosea. These are all prophets, y'all. These are all prophets. And maybe you yourself can go into your own deep study and find out how they lost their living. What happened to their living? How did they get out of here? And it's kind of sad right now in my spirit, because when I pull up on Isaiah and I talked about David, and I'm sitting here thinking about how even David left out of here. You know, how people come, y'all send these servants to do his service and to speak his word and to warn till they can't warn no more. And then all of a sudden somebody come after them and take their lives. And they were the light. They were spirit and truth. And that's what just got me when I realized that I got Ezekiel up here and I got Isaiah and I got Jeremiah. And I said, even your words, my brethren, don't mean anything to anyone. You can stand on this devil platform and teach it till your eyes fall out, and it ain't going to mount up to nothing. That's how deep it is to not get caught up in this world trying to fix things. People really think, the lady texted me on one of those shorts and said, well, how would you fix the problem? Baby, there ain't no problem, baby. It's over. Toast, it's over. See, when you come to me and ask me how would I fix the problem, that's one of them so-called educated been in school too long, been in a book too long, till you don't have no spiritual sense. All you got is worldly books. Where we at today, you can't fix nothing. But I can tell you what can get fixed and who can. That's what I pull up to say. So she gonna hear from me tonight, because I'm gonna give her a whole book on the spiritual realm. When I'm done with her, she gonna be able to sit down and go somewhere and sit down. Because you can't fix nothing in this world. Nothing. And I think people better grip that. I'm saying you better grip that if you spirit and truth. If you have the light, don't step on that dark side in the midnight hour, because you ain't gonna find your way back home. Ain't no situation on this earth can be reversed. Heavens ain't about to reverse it for you. Who are you? So I'm going to go into Isaiah, and I kind of feel sad, because I'm going to go into Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12 and 13. And I'm going to kind of set the where I'm really heading with this message, real talk. Okay, where I'm heading with this message is that we that are living in this world today, we have to die daily to our thoughts, our ways, our feelings, our emotions, our wisdom, our knowledge, our understanding. We have to die to that flesh, y'all, that carries all of those things. We got to die to it to be able to walk into the spirit realm. You can't think you can fix this world. This world is the world. He said, be in it, but not of it. So that's actually saying that if you're not of it, then you can't fix what's in it. And what it does for me, it caused me to look at a level of disrespecting my father. I'm getting it, Father, I know. He's been disrespected since the beginning of his creation. As if he ain't created nothing and he don't know nothing. Like my son's wife. Oh, you don't know nothing. We know all our AI and TikTok, and I can monitor. And I know that that's a sickness she has. But she didn't get it from my son. She came to him with that. She even raising him up on it. But that's okay. It's over. It's over. I can't go trying to create nothing in that. It's over. Something she don't know that I know. Woo-wee. And no, it ain't good. But it works on my behalf because the Father already told me the mystery of it. So she gonna get caught out there. So let me get into this. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12 and 13. Okay, here we go. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12 and 13. And it reads, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together. Somebody need to highlight that. I know 99.9 of you aren't listening and don't have your sword, which is your study guide before you. Okay. And it says here in verse, verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners. And the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off. The adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay. The power punch in there is gather together. Okay. We today must understand when Yah sent his servant to be the light unto the world, and he gave us spirit and truth, which is his Holy Spirit in us. He is not charging us to see to it that Israel and Judah pull in. You got to understand the way the Creator is rumbling. He's taught his true, now listen to what I'm saying, his true elect understands that he didn't start dealing with Judah when Judah was in the land of their captives, which is the western and the four corners of the world today. He's been dealing with Judah since Genesis, okay? Since the beginning. And what we keep thinking, there's got to be some way or another that we can fix Judah, that we can fix Israel. Truly a word that we can speak. Sister Deborah don't go over the top of the Father's head. When he says finish, he means it's finished. He don't mean Sister Deborah can pull up and bring people into the fold of anything righteous. Only one can do that is him. If Yeshua was here with us today, he would check you all and he would say, not of me, but only my Father can do this. And I say unto you all, it's nothing that we think. I know a lot of us think we so sharp, we so educated, we so got it from the beginning to the end. We didn't seal this time. We got it. But we don't even understand what's going on every side of us. Israel and Judah cannot be helped. It's over. And what makes it feel good for me is when Yah say, your hands off, my hands on. We got to learn to step back and let Yah be what he already been and gonna be. That's what make him the beginning and the end. We are not the beginning and the end. We can't make the crooked straight. He's sitting here telling Sister Deborah, you in a time like never exist on the face of the earth, baby. When the mind can't comprehend that, something is going wrong. We're in a time that's so bad, y'all. It had to be a warning to us that we're going to be in a time like no other ever existed on the face of the earth. So it has to be worse than Noah. It has to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah and any other time. So when he's telling me that you this is where you at, how would it look if I tell him, but I can fix this? The lady texted me and she said, how would you fix it? Who in the wretch behind in such a midnight hour will come up with something like that? Lost spirits. When you are lost still, you come up with a way that you think that can change or make Yah alive. Well, that's not what I'm here for, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not with you on that. I'm not going to make my Father, the Creator, the Most High Yah, he that holds down that throne. I'm not about to make him alive to make you feel or think that there can be some reversing. Right in Isaiah, and the reason why I feel sad for them, because now one of you ever will look up and see how these prophets lost their lives, trying to tell you what they telling you, and you still can't hear it. They done told you what the lowdown is, what's going to go down, and everybody's sitting around act like we ain't listening to them. They can't tell us nothing. It reminds me of my daughter-in-law. You can't say nothing. I know all of this. And then the father said, but Deborah, did you forget something? I said, no, I know what you finna say. The elders should teach the young. That was your will, Father. So what's going on in this day and time? You wonder why these young mothers are cuckooing off the clock 24/24 and ain't raising these children, ain't got the mind to raise them, ain't got the spirit to raise them, ain't got the heart. Why? Because they've been off the clock. They won't listen to the one that Yah said should teach you. The elders are supposed to teach the young women. Who messed that up? The men. They didn't let us teach the young women because they was having the young women in the church themselves. So they didn't want us to teach the young women. See, the women got the elder women got off. I mean, and they was wrong too because they knew all this was going on in the church, built with bricks. I'm grateful that the Father has caused me to understand where the true church really was at all the time in me. Because I can tell you some stories that was going on in these places of worship, these places where people worship. And but when they see me, they didn't know what was going on. Eyes rolling and didn't know which way to turn. They never like to see me coming, y'all. And I'm a living witness to that. They never like to see me coming. But let me tell you, not because I played no role. It's because the spirit. See, that's what y'all keep thinking. He said, Deborah, it ain't flesh and blood. It's spirit. People don't understand the spirit of individuals in your living is what makes the difference in you. They don't get that, Father. I know it. Let's get back to this lesson. So when I look at Isaiah, and I'm kind of disappointed about it because I think about how Isaiah, let's see here. Let me see here. Let me see if anyone can tell me, how did Isaiah lose his life? How did Isaiah? Oh no, now I don't want you AI. Give me not no Google. See, you can't even get what I bypass AI, and I go to down to the other ones, but I try not to even listen to it. Nothing because they didn't wrap themselves. And they gave me something about a lady named Lucy. Let me just get off of here because I don't want to entertain it right now. But let me say this. If you take these prophets that I'm about to say to you that they already warned us, that only change is going to come with Israel and Judah is when Yah gathered them. And we sit today thinking we supposed to gather them. We supposed to get them ready. How can we get Israel and Judah? If you got 100%, and out of the 100%, 4% only know that they are Judah and maybe Israel. The rest of them could give a rat's behind. Do you know what type of work that would require another 200,000 years to just even give them to get up to 50% to convince them? Why? Because it's not the will of the Father. He didn't say when you get into captivity, y'all unite and get together and minister to each other and y'all can be ready to go back to Mount Zion. What would be the sense for tribulation, perilous times? Men's hearts shall fail them. He wants us to understand he's not taking Israel and Judah up out of that. You see, we can't move them out of that area, y'all. We cannot take the system is giving them stuff like gummy candy and all kind of cannibal stuff to eat, to smoke, and to drink. So how are we going to override all this stuff that Judah is receiving and Judah is doing? Judah can't even go to a funeral without having a shootout. Judah can't go to a baby shower without shooting somebody at the baby shower. So how are we going to impart the ruach in Judah? You can't. We are in a time where you can't even plant the seed in a way the seed need to be planted. So when I think of Isaiah, and I am going to, you know what I do? I know what I do. I key it in. That's what I do. And I'm just curious to how he left here, because I think There's something wrong somewhere where we're not understanding what these people went through. He might not have been. Or he was sawed in half. Now, why would this man be sawed in half? Executed by sawing, putting him in a tree stump and sawing the thing in half. Why would he be executed for us to think that we can change it? Come on now, y'all, make some sense. Why would this man have to leave out of here with that type of suffering? After telling us how Yah is going to bring these people out. And he said he would what? In verse 12, gather together Judah and Ephraim. Yeah. But why did he have to? People, I want y'all to understand that you all need to stop having a sick mind thinking that all the kind of grip where I'm coming from. These people lost their living in such a harsh way. Now, the breath we know belong to the Father. We ain't talking about the breath. We talking about the suffering and how they left out of here. It don't pain nobody to lose the breath. Did y'all know that? Oh, no, they don't know nothing about that damn. They left so much here for us. And we act like we don't know nothing. But we can change. They wasn't in captivity. We are. And first place we are in captivity is in our own mind. Because we still ain't figured it out yet. And y'all left us right there in our own mind, with our own understanding, our own wisdom, our own interpretation. And the reason why I'm speaking like this is because I realized, I said, wait a minute, Father, these men didn't lost their life a harsh way. They suffer into death. So that just because they left us the word that Yah sent them to give us. But it's vain and vast. Because we standing in today thinking we can fix what they couldn't even fix. That's why they left it for us to pick it up and realize that, wait a minute, we couldn't fix it, but we know who can. We won't give y'all that. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with us as human beings. We want to take on everything ourselves. We want so bad to have the power and authority to rule over what y'all already said shall be. These people done lost their life in great suffering. Oh, we bypassed that. We don't care about that. We don't care about how they died. We don't care about how they. And then they left us so much good information. He's telling us how Yah is going to gather. He knows already that these people are stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient people who will not follow not the world order, but Yah order. What part of that y'all don't understand? These people are not following Yah's order. And if today is worse than that day, well, what do you think going on? What do people think that's actually happening? What think is actually happening today to where we can make a difference and make Yah a lie and everybody else the truth. You can't do it. It won't work. It won't work. Yah didn't say that he bringing you in captivity so you can turn into the light in spirit and truth, and all of y'all gonna be righteous before you get out of here. Yah is not telling you that. He ain't told you that. Because if that was the case, what is all of this about the ones he's gonna take out, which is his remnant? He's gonna clean their tail up. So what is it we thinking we are today? We're giving ourselves too much glory, too much honor, too much praise. We're exalting ourselves above the Most High Yah. We have no respect for the servants of the Most High Yah that he sent then and he sent now. We hear, but we hear not. We see, but we see not. We understand, but we understand not. Because it's so easy to say with your mouth, I get it, I understand it, but you can't fix nothing that's crooked and broke in this day and time. Time ain't got nothing to do with it. And even the world tell you that. We ain't on time. I sit back and hear the world talk about it on, even with the CERN. They say we ain't on time. Everybody know we ain't on time. So we are in that day. But everybody that's supposed to be spirit and truth and light, they got to grip that. We're in that day. Then we got to understand what is that day that we're in. They don't get it. They can't get it. They can't do nothing about it. They don't understand it. So now I want to go to, did I go to 13? Yes. Let's go to Hosea. Let's go to Hosea. Hosea. Let's see what I thought I had it right here. Oh, I got it on the wrong side. Really? Let me get there. Hosea chapter 1 and verse 11. In Hosea chapter 1 and verse 11, it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appointed themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. You see? For great shall be the day of Jezreel. So look at the verse. Let me see which one I have to go back up to 10. No, we got to go back up to 9. Nope. Yep. 9 is telling you right there. Then Yah said Yah. So I want to let y'all know this is what Yah is saying. This is how he's going to bring them up. So when you get into verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. I like that. And it shall come to pass. Oh, let me put my battery is trying to go out on me. Okay, and it says, and Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. I like that. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are my sons of the living. Ye are the sons of the living Yah. Then shall the children of Israel, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. After y'all claim them and bring them out, y'all. You see? So it ain't that y'all, the only one that's serve Yah to the fullness is the body of Hamashiach. Okay? They're the one that has the Holy Spirit. Okay? We have to continue to keep our eyes on Yah at all times and let Yah fix this here mess, because he ain't gonna fix it in this land, and he ain't called you to fix it in this land. That's not what Yah is built up with. I don't care what no book say. Yah is not causing us to go redeem or to make the crooked straight. I know that it's my computer keep on pop, got these pop up. I know that it seems like, well, okay, we should be dropping seeds, and we should. But the Father would ask the question, have we dropped the seeds? Was it easy to drop the seeds just under our household alone? Should we step out of the household and start dropping seeds? But what seeds are you dropping in? Who are you dropping the seed in? Do you know who it is? 99.9 don't even have the spirit of discerning at all. 100% of these places built with bricks don't have the spirit of discerning. So that no one can discern except those he have given the gift to discern who's who and what's what. What do you mean? The serpent seed versus the spiritual seed. And without that gift, you really don't have the ability to think that you can really go out here and convert a bunch of people that Yah didn't waste his time converting. Woo, no, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. Why you think they tails end up here? If Yah thought for 1 minute he can straighten Judah and Israel, could he do it? Sure he could. But you got to think of all these thousands of years he's given them a chance to try to work on themselves. So now he already knows, like he knew he needed a lamb to be slaughtered before the foundation of the world to bring their tails back, to redeem them back, because he knew he didn't send them out like that. But he had to have a redeemer to bring them back. Why? Because they got too far out in the deep. And the redeemer brought them back to the bosom of the Most High Yah. So what makes us think that we in the flesh, that Yah has given us the Holy Spirit to live in us, that we can redeem these people, we can save these people. I sit back and say to you all, I've been here 8 years. I've seen them come and go. And many of them would come and go and still wait a year, come back and peep in and then go out. You know why? Because he said they wasn't with us from the beginning. I like that too. I told you I like that. Because it shows you people will be around you for years and years and years and get out and they try to peek back in and they still back out there. But you don't, what people don't understand, it ain't like they out, they gone and they really achieving and going somewhere, spirit and truth. They going to the darkness, y'all. They ain't going to no light. Y'all don't bounce a light to the next light. That's how ignorant they are. They have no idea. It wasn't that Sister Deborah said something or did something. You were never of what Sister Deborah was speaking of all the time. It's just you stayed there long enough to be a hypocrite and portray it. The moment the devil got the victory out of you and you began to be set up in the corner and being set off, that's all he needed. Figured somebody said, okay, give a donation. Oh, no, it's time for me to be backing out. Oh, no. There's those who have fallen and never felt nowhere in their spirit guilty, never in their spirit about anything, but yet they come back over and over. For what? This is what you call hypocrite. Sooner or later, they are back on the way and stay away. At least I hope so, because he's already separated everything. And even if they in the midst, they already separated. So it don't matter. So when I go into Hosea chapter 1 and verse 11, it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be what? Gathered what? Together. This is not the work of Sister Deborah. This is not the work of no other prophet, the Pope, the priest, the apostles, the bishops, the prophet, the prophetess, the Moorings, the watchman, the seer. This is not the work of them that's going to gather Israel and Judah. But because we keep disrespecting Yah by not respecting that this is his will and this is his way and this is what he's going to do, we still looking to do it ourselves. Oh, we can step in and we can do it. We know everything now. We got it page. We can make a difference in what? No, you can't. If he didn't deal with him 6,000 years and didn't even desire to make a difference in them until this day, when it's over, tribulation, when we in tribulation. See, he's not allowing them to just have those 4 years, those 400 years. He about to let them feel the fire. Why do you think he says that we're gonna be tried by the fire? Do you mean when he say we're gonna be tried by the fire, that means Deborah step out of the way? He ain't talking to me. You's a fool. You's a fool. Ain't nothing Yah is saying to you in this world that he ain't saying to me. I am not exempt. I'm included. So you think I'm gonna stand on these devil platform and play with y'all like all these other people and give you what you want? No, I'm gonna tell it based on the light. I'm not gonna let the darkness overshadow me and give you darkness and ignore the light. The light is the truth. Okay. So even in Hosea, he's telling you how Yah is going to gather. Somewhere in us, if the Holy Spirit is there, it should have by now given us the fullness of that. That he that's on the throne, is going to gather them from the four corners. They ain't coming together in the wilderness. Those that's going to get left in that wilderness, once he bring us all out, he heading us to the wilderness. Those that's going to be purged, and those that's going those who transgress against him, they're going to be left in the wilderness. And guess what that's going to be? Just imagine what you see us cutting up and doing here. It's going to be worse in the wilderness. But he going to been and left them right there and took his small remnant on to the Mount Zion. You see what I'm saying? So you have to also understand, if he's having told you that he's got to take them to the wilderness, and that there's going to be a purging, and there's going to be those he's going to take away those that transgressed against him. So how are you going to deal with them here? If he done already told us what he going to do in the wilderness with us before he get us to Mount Zion, what? Somebody need to tell me, what do you think we are to do with Judah here? I sure like somebody to know that. This is what I call disrespecting the Most High Yah. Because we don't respect him enough to know that he got this. He got this. He don't need us to get it. He didn't got it. He had it before the foundation of the world, and don't think he ain't got it at the end. He saved his power for the end to show you how he gonna show up and show out. Because all humans just feel they can just disrespect him anytime. Oh, he'll let you think you're doing it. But a lot of things in this tribulation gonna show you who you are. Because we can't change Judah nor Israel. I'm gonna tell you why. I've been on here 8 years, speaking spirit and truth. I have not heard not one page speak spirit and truth. And they don't care if they don't. They just came out of the church houses and brought their church right on YouTube, and everybody's eating it up like it's the kingdom itself. So what happens? 8 years. And it's more hate on this platform than even when it was 8 years ago. But when we learn that the Most High Yah, no, Yeshua told us that over and over and over and over and over. This is not me, it's my Father. The work that I do is not mine, it's my Father. The words that I speak is not mine, it's my Father. That's all he kept telling us. But did they get it? No. Even to this very day. We keep disrespecting him because we don't think he's worthy to do what he said he's going to do. He sent every last one of them prophets just to warn these same people we are today. And not now one of them got right. But they had to leave out suffering and pain and die the way that they did. And left us a word from what Yah said. And we still ain't gripped it. Because we thinking we can still fix this Judah and this Israel. How can you fix Israel? Israel don't even know he Israel. Judah don't even know he Judah. So how we going to fix it? How can we do anything for them? And if you think you can, go for it. Go for it. Bless you. If you think you can fix Judah and Israel, go for it. Right here today, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you like I know it. Right here today, I'm going to be honest. I can go within my family, call a family meeting, sit down and preach and teach this thing. It won't be hard for me. It'll be hard for 99.9, but for me, it won't be hard. That's the spirit that's in me so great. He said, be ready to be ready, because I will give you the words to say. And that's how I would look at it. That's how I would feel it. So I'm not the type of person that have a family that if I said call a meeting, I want to minister to them, they won't pull up. They will pull up, y'all. They will for sure pull up. But then what am I thinking? Because these are my loved ones. These are my family. Truly, they going to hear the word, because I know I can pull up like that. I can invite the community. And they will pull up. But I ain't trying to cross over my Yah to try to prove that I can make a difference in my family when I know I can. I believe what he taught me, what took place before the foundation of the world. It is finished because it was finished. The seeds are set. One is this and one is that. So how can we bring Israel and Judah into the fold or into a unity or bring them into the light when you don't know which of Israel and Judah is the serpent seed and you don't know which one is the spiritual seed? Because if you don't have the power of the gift of discerning, you better sit your head out. So you see, we disrespect the Creator when we said we think we can cross that boundaries. You got a boundary set there, but we think we can do something with it. And then my brothers, all them died suffering, trying to warn us today that these people that we dealing with, let Yah handle them. When you start to think like that, you'll be okay. You can't save these people. You can't redeem these people. You're not the one. This is the work of Yah. Then all of a sudden, Yah said, this is a day like no other. It's the worst day, and you worse than your father, but we're going to step in and change them that's worse than their forefather. You got to be crazy. We got to have a changed mind in the way we think that this world's supposed to change. It ain't going to change. And when we have that mentality that truly we can change the children of Yah, we can change Judah and Israel, we actually telling Yah, you ain't strong enough, you ain't tough enough, you ain't bad enough, but we can do it down here because we got you in us and we can do it. Total disrespectful to the Most High Yah. When he got a plan, he got a will. Do you know that's the same mentality the world have? The same identical mentality that the world have. When a young lady said to me, she said, well, how can we fix it? Wait till she hear what I'm going to tell her. Not through your education, not through science, not through your degree, not through books. See? This is not a person problem. This is a community. It's not an individual problem. It is a economic. Oh, baby, you lost. You're lost. And when you're dealing with somebody that lost, you make sure you cut into them real good. Slice their tails up real good so they can sit down somewhere. Because this ain't about science and your education and your degree and how we can change the economic. You fools. It's over. See, they don't grip that. And that's why I say Judah is gone. Because Judah don't grip. All that Yah and son, all these prophets to come down there to continue to warn them, even to this very day. But yet, it don't change nobody. They fall right back into the same hole of who Judah is. because Yah is not going to give nobody the ability to do what he got planned to do. We got enough on our hands just with those that's in our household. Now, what you don't understand is what is in your household that's going to cut up and act fool against you, because you have to have respect for what he said. I come to bring the sword against. I ain't come to bring in peace in your household. But when you have peace with Yah, Yah bring peace within your household. But what people think is, I'm going to change my household. I'm the one going to make it like I want to make it. I don't want to make mine like I want to make it. I want it to be what Yah already ordered from the kingdom. I sat back and I just gave some thought about myself. And I went to bed last night feeling good, saying, you know what, Father, I just thank you for allowing me not to be a partake in a lot of this chaos, even amongst my family. I'm not included. I'm excluded. Why? Because this is how the Holy Spirit kept me to himself, all to himself since I was a little girl. He always had me to himself. Even if he had to allow them to put me in their black box. Even though they put me in their little black box, guess what, y'all? They always had respect for me while I was there. You see? See, when you put the light in a place where you don't have to look at it because you're dark, then it makes you feel good about being dark. It makes you feel good about being evil and wicked. If I can just place the light to where it can't be seen, then we that are in dark can party hardy. And that's what they do. But one thing I can truly say to you, praise the Most High Yah. Even though they knew I was the light, they never disrespect me. You see? And that's how we are to be with the Most High Yah. He is all that and some. And we keep looking at him to be like a flesh of a man. Oh, he's nothing. Because we can fix every issue in this world, like the lady said. But how could we fix the problem? If do you know how we can fix? Baby, please sit down. When you said fix the problem, right then, I know you're coming from an educated standpoint of view. Sit down. You know, this is people who can't understand spirit and truth. And what that is, you guys, which I know a lot of y'all don't understand it, that's when the realm of the spirit, okay, is greater than the realm of the flesh of the world. And when the realm of the spirit is greater than the realm of the world can't see, can't feel, can't discern, can't take hold of what the realm of the spirit is saying, because all they know is the realm of the flesh, the realm of the natural. You see? And those that are not of the world, but in the world, they're in the world, but not of the world. Why? Because they're the realm of the spirit in the world. They're not of the world, but they're in it. Why? Because their flesh is in it, but their spirit is not of the world. Because Yah has set it apart for him to be in them and their spirit in him. And another thing I wanted to make sure y'all understand, that when it come down to Christ being the head of the body, Christ is the Son of Yah. Yeshua is founded in Christ. He's not over Christ, but he's in Christ. And we are all in Christ together as one, as the Father sees it. You see? So I wanted to say that because a lot of times we talk about Yeshua, not really understanding that Yeshua is caught up in the body of Hamashiach under Christ. You see? So the body, the head, the body, we are all a part of the body. And Yeshua was what died for the sin of our flesh. He played that role for our flesh to be forgiven so that we won't be blamed when we stand before Yah. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Yeah. So who's going to stand in our gap? Christ, the head. Okay. And see, that's another thing. When you start to understand who Christ is, you should also know that Christ is not looking for us to do the work of Yah. Yah had this thing already spoken, and he sent all these people. They lost all their lives and they died all kind of harsh ways just to warn us about today. And we today thinking we can overstep what they talking about. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 37, in verse 15. In Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 15, I think that's 37 and verse 15. The word of Yah came unto me. The word of Yah came again unto me, saying, moreover, thy son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the stick and for the children of Israel, his companies. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, and the stick for Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companies. Let me see what else. Do we go to 15? No, that's it. I went to 16. Oh no, we go down. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. See, y'all, this is what we need to be teaching. The work of Yah bringing Judah and Israel together, not the work of us. We can't do it. This is why I feel that Yah is being so disrespected, because we got people telling visions and dreams and ain't talking this. Now, we don't want to talk what Yah said. We think it's something that we can say. We want to give visions and dreams and make people start liking our page and subscribing to us. When are you going to give them something to let them know how Yah going to rumble? No one wants to tell nothing that Yah going to do. Nobody wants to say nothing about Yah. Everybody want to keep it where it's at. Where they got to do something. Oh, I got to do something. No. The work has been done already. That's why I always used to say before the foundation of the world, and he never really pushed me to teach it. And I never understood why. And I always thought it was a powerful message until I taught it 2 or 3 times. And the Father spoke right after it. See, I told you they're not listening. And I was like, but it ain't meant for them, right? No, it's not. But it's nice that you have the heart to show them where it all originated from, Deborah. But it's just showing you, like I've been trying to say to people over and over since the beginning. These people ain't listening. These people ain't hearing. These people don't care about my order. They don't care about what I said. They don't care about me being the word. They rather hear the words. You know, my word is not for their ears. You see? So how are we going to get the word to a people of Israel and Judah when they stuck on words, and most of them ain't even in the word? But how are we going to convince them with the word? You can't. The word is so powerful, you wouldn't know it unless he live in you. Woo! No, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. All day and all night. You wouldn't know the word unless the word lived in you. So how can you share that word that lives in you to this world who could care less? You can't. You can't give spirit and truth nor the light to nobody. Only Yah himself enter in to individuals. So that going back to what I was saying, we need to start respecting him more. We really do. I know a lot of y'all don't think you need to, and I know y'all ain't used to respecting nobody but yourself. But the truth be told, we need to start respecting the Most High Yah in some shape, form, or fashion in our inner man, so it can roll out in our outer man. That he got this. He really got this. Because when we tell y'all the truth, when it come down to me, I ain't even got myself. I can't do it, y'all. I can't keep myself. I don't have myself. Right now, I'm as a cuckoo clock. So I don't never tell you there's somebody else's cuckoo clock without saying even I'm a cuckoo clock. I'm not ashamed because I'm greater, something greater in me. So I'm not ashamed of who I am on the outside. I'm so great on the inside with something so greater than anything on the outside of me. I got it going on. But it's no way I'm going to cross my Father out to think that I'm going to make these people so different after he already told me they're gone. When they start, like this young man that approached me today, this is the reality of it. The reality of it. Now, y'all don't believe this here. Y'all might not believe this. I got 4 sons. 2 of them older than him. Now 3 of them older than him. But guess what? If that was his mother out there, if his mother told them to do something, they'd do it. That's my sons. They are not going to cross no woman out, and they ain't out there starting no mess with nobody. But they ain't going to disrespect elders. They ain't going to disrespect nobody's mama, nobody's daddy. They ain't going to disrespect no woman. So this is what shocked me to hear this young man talking. And why are you so geared to pop a gun and you so into this type of attitude with somebody like me old enough to be your mama? That's how you talk to your mama, you see? So this is the type of environment you don't want to live in, but you have to because this is where you're at, you see? But only Yah himself knows where he wants you today and tomorrow. He knows where I want to be just as long as I'm in him. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm in a tree, inside of a tree, living inside of a tree. I don't care. Because I got something greater in me than a tree itself. So we as individuals, we have to find somewhere in us to stop disrespecting Yah as if we can climb on top of all these situations in this world and make it better. And make it's just like my daughter-in-law who think that AI and TikTok can raise her children and her marriage. You just selling yourself to the devil, baby. That's all you're doing. All of this is the work of the devil. And you just done sold your little baby over to the devil already. And thinking you're doing something. You've been the best mama in the world. You've been the foolish one. Like many of these young mothers have been for quite some time. And then they wonder why we got a lost generation. Sit down. They've been lost. He told them the elders should teach the young. How can you teach the young if they're not teachable? Because the only one supposed to be teaching them is the elders. The mothers supposed to teach the young women. You can't teach them nothing. They got AI, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. So let that stuff teach them. That's demonic. Let it teach them. I sit and I tell y'all, I've been on here 8 years and I have not heard no one speak on the same level or nowhere near the level I'm on regarding spirit and truth and the light. So what did that tell you? Go on, leave off of Deborah's page. That's fine with me. I know what this page is, but I don't know where. You know how they say you know where you at, but you don't know where you're going. That's the stupidity of people. They think they can bounce somewhere else and they gonna get it going on. They ain't gonna get nothing but what they went looking for, because that's all that's out there is the terror, and the terror is waiting to tear your tail up. And I'm here to tell y'all that terror is waiting for y'all tails to buckle up and buckle out, trying to search and find. And the reason why people do that is because they're lost in their spirit. That's a bad place to be. They don't know if they're on the fence or off the fence. They don't know if they're on the right or on the left. So they begin to figure it out. Let me go into the world to find the way. And I think it's a great thing to do, because out there you're going to find out were you the terror or were you the wheat. You see? And they can't come back. Why? Because the shame. So the darkness got them locked in. I am not telling you all no lie. It's the lady and her daughter was, hey, they started 8 years ago with me. And they even visit me. Okay. And her grandson came with her youngest grandson, and he was totally what you call, I would say he was 98% demonic possessed. Say 98% demonic possessed. But see, I didn't know it. For real, y'all. Fighting her, cursing her, and everything in my place. She didn't know I was hearing it. But what she decided to do, and I appreciate her daughter, which was, oh, she was just as sweet as she wanted to be. She ended up going out and getting on something that was way out there. And I don't even think she ever made it back nowhere near end. Then the mama, she went out. She told me, she said, I decided to go another route in life. I was like, okay, thanks for telling me. She would bounce in and at times onto my YouTube page. She bounced in. Hey, Sister Deborah. That's yeah, she'll bounce in every now and then. But it's just that I don't bother. I do not bother people. If that's the route, that's the route. And that's what people think they think that I don't know. I'm just kind of at the point where when he said put your trust in no man, I think he not think, I know he really mean that. Because you can think that you're teaching and you're giving and you're pouring out spirit and truth. The next thing you know, it makes you question, wait a minute, is it sticking with them or is it going with them? Because with me, I'm more so like looking for people to move a little higher. And when I mean a little higher, bring something that I have not heard from Yah. Bring something that Yah is saying to you. Hear the spirit of Yah to inside of you, and bring that message to the forefront. Stuff like that. That's what I be looking for, and that's what I mean when I said climb on top of Sister Deborah's head. But as I have continued on here, and I got to start posting tomorrow on my other page. But as I continued on here, but AI is doing all this mess that's crazy. But as I continue, you get to the point where what Yah is really trying to get you to see that the gate is truly narrow, first and foremost. And people, we are in that tribulation, and people are going to find their way to their home. You see? And it's okay. It really is, y'all. It's really okay. And what that means is who they are in their spirit is your true home, y'all. Your home is not who you are in your flesh. It's who you are in your spirit. That's your true home. That's home, y'all. And people are finding their way home. They're finding their way home. Even though the home is in through the narrow gate, but it's okay. They finding their way. You see, if y'all already did the separation, it's okay for them to find their way in the direction in which they need to go. It's okay, you know. But as I think I'm going to just really think about really doing maybe myself some fasting and praying to the Most High in the spirit. That's what I need to do more of, praying in the spirit. Hey, y'all don't know the power in praying in the spirit is. Oh, they don't know nothing about that, Father. Oh man, that's some sort of power. And it's such a good feeling. It's like going on a diet. And it's not that you're not eating, but it's the idea that you getting something in your spirit. And I think that's what I need to really take out the rest of the year and really focus on fasting and turning down the flesh just to stay in the realm of the spirit in a way that I'm feeling the need to be just that united as I am with Yah. But it's something else that I am wanting to just make sure I hold on, because I don't think nothing he's shown me is not going to take place. I believe everything that he continued to teach me and reveal to me. As he said, the comforter, when it comes, that's what it's going to do. It's going to reveal things to you. It's going to teach you things. It's going to show you things to come. And I, Sister Deborah, a living witness that the comforter has truly stepped in me, because those are the characteristics in which throughout years I have experienced. And that's something I will not deny. But it's just the ideal of me, myself, knowing that I'm spirit and I'm flesh, but I'm wanting to make sure that I hold on both routes. My flesh hold on to the spirit of who I am in Yah and Yah in me. Um, and that's what I think I'm going to start focusing on as well. It's just being in the right place with Yah, where you will be if you go into uh, praying in tongues, okay, and you praying in the spirit. That's what it's called. And you fasting, showing the flesh that, hey, it's me and Yah. It's me and Yah. It's the spirit of Yah in my spirit. That's all it's about. Because I believe that people will never see tribulation. They'll never see perilous times. I believe people will never see men hearts fail them, because they call right wrong and wrong right. They call dark light and light dark. So when that heavy tribulation come and all the things with it, because I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm looking at tribulation where we're in it, and you don't hear nobody talking about it. You don't hear nobody expounding on it or teaching it and preaching it and instilling in people that, hey, y'all, come on now, you better pull up and catch up. It's not being taught. It's not being spoke on. So what that lead me to understand is, he waiting till he get them dead in the middle and then the fire get turned up, or what? But I don't care. That's his right hand that does that type of work. It's not for me to be looking forward to his right hand turning nothing up. I just need to be in the right place with him when he do turn it up. That's why I was speaking earlier today. I'm going to stay under the umbrella of Yah, and that's where I'm going to remain. I've already seen, I told them earlier about how I've seen AI upload my aunt onto YouTube. And I asked her, I said, did you start a YouTube page? She said, no, I don't know nothing about YouTube. And I'm sitting here looking at it. And she goes on there and she says, yes, how did they do that? I'm showing y'all, they're taking pictures off my phone and uploading it on my Facebook. I didn't know they could do that. I had never seen that before, unless I upload it. They ruling over. This is why they wanted that power over Google. They wanted that power over cloud, so that they can steal all your information and put it places where they know you don't want them, or they know it ain't they right. Who can take your pictures off your phone and upload them? You see what I'm saying? So you don't hear nobody saying nothing. You don't hear nobody talking about it. You don't hear nobody complaining. Because to people, light is dark and dark is light. People don't see the things that is actually taking place. Yes, it's so illegal, but what is illegal today? Righteous. Righteous is illegal to them. This is the mind frame of people today. That's how they see things. They see it in all the wrong way, in all the wrong order. So just imagine being a servant of the Most High, and you have to live in this sort of environment where right is wrong and wrong is right. And then you get on here and you're trying to teach spirit and truth in the light, and you realize that, wait a minute. People ain't getting this thing. So then you have to get comfort from the comforter to let you know. But baby, whether people get it or not, you in me and I'm in you. I'm comforting you, baby. So know that I got you. And that's more important than anything. Live or die, that's more important than anything. More important than anything. So my whole ideal, I got Ezekiel, Isaiah, Hosea, Jeremiah, Zacharias. I got these verses of them telling you what Yah is going to do and how he's going to bring Israel back unto himself. So if Yah got a plan to bring Israel back into himself, we cannot set up a plan that we think best fit Israel being drawn to the Father, nor Judah. Can we speak spirit and truth to people? Sure we can. Sure we can. But we can't overstep Yah in a sense of we can do it because we're teaching spirit and truth. We know the word. We can go out and set the people free. No, you can't. Because Yah ain't never freed them from what he's about to do. You see? He want them right where he got them. Because he got another step to it. But what we have to do is respect the plan of Yah. And when we read, we come into a situation where we try to figure, well, okay, is it anything we could do or anything we could say? Then we got to go back and we got to understand what did the prophets of yesterday try to say to them before they killed them? Then you got to pull it up to today. And then you got to own that thing. How you going to own that thing? How you going to feel that thing? How you going to own it? Oh, today Deborah is worse than any other time on the face of the earth. Nah, you're making sense. See, you got to bring that thing to the surface. But see, nobody don't want to do that. They don't want to look at today as being worse than any other time that ever exists. And they never will. I don't care how holy roly you are, how anointed and appointed you think you are, how much spirit and truth in the light that you think you got in you. People do not want to believe and will not and shall not believe that we're in that day. We're actually in that day. But they don't want to believe that. And y'all ain't finna pull their leg. He ain't finna tie their arms up to get them to believe it and receive it and accept it. No, he ain't. But I tell you one thing, if I had to be one of them that he brings out to the wilderness, I know I will be the one that he takes to Mount Zion. Because I'm not going to spend no time in tribulation, in perilous time, sitting here lying to people that it's about to get better. I'm not going to do it. Noah didn't do it in the days of Noah. And Lot didn't do it in the day of Lot. So I don't know where we get off thinking that we can make a difference right here and now so people won't have to. No, you can't, baby. It's over. What part of that you don't understand? It's over. And it takes a lot for people to really grip that because, like I said, the young lady that texted me and she said, well, how can we fix the problem? And she only heard, guess what she heard, y'all? She took, I think it should be about 400 views on that short message that I just dropped earlier today. They took it and put it on my short. A short, but what the AI did is went in there and got the negative part to where it'll get people to talking, and they put it on my page. And I said, how could they do that? And that's what made her ask the question. And then someone else, a guy asked, did this person do this to you today? Was that online, on internet, or was that real? He was like, did this guy do this to you today? Or was this online? See that little short, what they put on there, made these people ask me this question. And she said, well, how can we fix it? I'm like, because this is not an individual problem. This is an economic. Baby, sit down. You all on the deep end with all that. You have no spirit and truth, nowhere to be found. No reality of the realm of the spirit when you think that it can be fixed. And just saying it like that, well, how would you fix it? You can't fix it, people. I know it. The world done told you you can. So you go right ahead thinking you can fix anything. But with me, I wouldn't dare look the Father in his eyes and tell him, when I can fix it. When I know that I am bound to the Most High Yah. And I want to remain bound. Not to fix nothing, making nothing crooked straight. I just want to remain where he has me. Where he appointed and anointed me and predestined me to be. I don't want to be all over the place trying to make it right here, here, here. But I tell you what, I do say this. And I thought of it even with my family about how nobody's preparing for any hard times or anything. And oh yeah, probably been about 10 years I've been preparing. Because when he told me about the seeds, I still have those seeds, y'all, from 10 years. He said, keep those. And each seed will represent one meal for you. That's what he told me. So he said, if ever you have to run, take this bag, and that one seed will be your meal for a day. So I would never run out. Even if somebody poured it and put a gun to my head and took my whole seed, I would crack a bag so all the seeds would fall on the ground so I can be able to still collect those seeds and remember what he told me. Each seed represents a meal for you. The Father's just letting me know how he would take care of me. So all this here stuff, he, in a sense, you can go and put your water away, you can put whatever, but I got you. And that's what y'all need to be focusing on. That, hey, Father, do you have me, Father Yah? Do you got me, Father Yah? It ain't about trying to get everybody else. And I want to talk about family as well. Let me tell y'all, when we talk about family, we have to understand it's another form of having respect for my father. My father didn't, what he said, he means, and what he means, he said. To me, there's a line of education or degree or science or scholar that in the mindset, people like that, it's hard to get to them to see the spiritual realm. Why? Because they've seen so much earthly books and ways of cutting through everything that it's too hard for them to even step over in the realm of the spirit. But let me tell you, what I did is this. I decided that no matter what go on, I be kind, be meek, I be available. Someone want to ask me questions, and just be there for people, okay? In any way that the Father would, and in kingdom would allow me, being so he is greater in me. But one thing I can truly say to you all, he already done taught me what. Let me ask you a question. What would you think it looks like if this creator been dealing with me since I was 4 years old? He done taught me what took place before the foundation of the world, where the seeds were dispersed and put in line to come down. Okay. And for me to think that I can change the household, it's just because I'm anointed, because I'm appointed, because I have the Holy Spirit, because I'm spirit and truth, I have the light. No, that can't change the protocol from the kingdom, y'all. We cannot change the protocol from the kingdom, but what we can do is change the way we keep trying to control it on the earth. Just be the best that you know how to be in your household. And how can you be the best that you know how to be? If the Ruach HaKodesh is in you, he know how to make you the best that you know you need to be. No matter what and who is in your household. Let's give you an example of what I had to do. My daughter was moving to Paris and in a dangerous situation, y'all, very dangerous. And I stepped in my house And my son was on the couch. He was leaving to go to Colorado. And my daughter was in my bed. That's okay. I don't have no problem with that. So that morning, I got up. They didn't know what I knew that night I came in. When I first entered into my place, the Spirit, I ain't gonna say the Father did this, but because of the gift that He is in me and He has given it to me, I was able to discern that they had been speaking so much negativity to where when I walked in, my son raised up to open the door and sat on the couch with a look of shame. Instant, I knew that they had to have said so many things negative because that's the way I was feeling. And I said, did you wash your clothes so you can be able to pack your suitcase? Or I'm going to do it in the morning. I say, but you're leaving out early in the morning. No, I'm going to leave out around about 12:30. I said, but why didn't you been here all day? Why didn't you wash your clothes? He said, well, okay, I'm going to do it in the morning. I said, okay. So I went in there, took me a bath, and went in my room, and there my baby girl is in my bed. So I got in the bed, went to sleep, and had a really good night. I got up this morning. I said, I realized you never gave us all this information about this man that you chose to go move with or to live with. He gonna give you a place. He gonna give you a job. He gonna give you all this, and you never gave us the information in the last 2 weeks. And I said, I know you did. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. And I began to tell her, you know what I think you did? I think you kind of sold yourself short. I said, you sold yourself out. I said, ever since you was a little girl, I told you, whatever you do, don't ever sell yourself out. And you did it. Oh, you shouldn't make it sound like that. And then she began to tell me, say things that she shouldn't be saying. I mean things, a lot of things. And when I went into the bathroom, she was still running her mouth. Now, they in my place. So my youngest son was telling her to back out, stop, stop the arguing and stop, yelling and so on and so on. But so on and so on. But I got on him and I said, furthermore, while you trying to stop her, tell you what, you and her get out of here. How about that? How about that? I put their tails out. How about that? What I did, I put a spiritual boundary there. My kids ain't never seen me do that to them, but they don't play with me. Not only do she get out, you get out too. Because the reason why she's rearing up because of what you were saying probably yesterday to her. So y'all in this together and you think I didn't know it, didn't you? Get out of here. I know that hurt his little heart. No, mama did. Oh, yes, mama did. Get out of here. That's where I'm at. Not just today. That's where I'm at. That's where I've been. And if the Father didn't told me, he didn't already separate the tare from the wheat, meaning the tare is out here trying to go. The job of the tare is to give hell to the wheat. And the wheat too ignorant to know that that's the only reason why the tare was growing with the wheat. To try to fit in where it don't belong. I know they shock. I don't pay. My daughter, she had a TikTok, not a TikTok. Dad, what is that? Whatever that other thing. She's not a TikTok. Instagram. And all those Instagram pictures she would have, I know she just feeling like mess because I wiped her thing off of mine and now I don't see nothing. I don't want to see nothing. Go ahead on, y'all. I drew the boundaries. That's it. Why? I realized that the Father always allowed me to be there for them. I never was a mother that beat my children, that abused my children. I was that real old home. Now I ain't talking about like our grandmothers and our great-great-grandmothers because they was horrible. I'm talking about like they were in the biblical days. I was about keeping the house clean, making sure kids had what they need, food to eat, clothes, just making sure home was right for them. They could never say home wasn't right. I allowed a marriage with my husband to be a deadbeat, not one time spending one day with them. Did y'all know that? Mm-mm. You see, all these years. And that's why I was telling y'all at the funeral of my sister, a young man, oh man, how many years that was? Probably 40, 50 years ago. Oh, yes. Oh, Father, it's been that long. He gave an example of him chasing my sister, my baby sister that was passed away. He gave the example of him chasing her with a stick and hitting her. And then I came and I took the stick and was hitting him and running him home. And everybody in this church was turning around looking at me. I'm telling y'all, all eyes was on me. And I was saying, Father, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Because and then I realized, all today, I realized I was really a protector of my family. You see? And I think about how my oldest, the 6'2" was telling me, he in Texas, was telling me how he was crying because of what my sister had told him one time about how I had to go fight 3 guys because they was trying to take my little sister bike. And you think they wasn't scared? They were scared. See, you guys, I want y'all to understand something. Sister Deborah is not to be feared. I'm a person that don't act tough and bad and go around fighting. No, it's my spirit. See, I told y'all since I was 4. When I went into elementary, nobody bothered me. When I went into 8th grade, 7th, 6th, nobody bothered me. When I got into high school, oh no, we don't bother her. It ain't like I was a fighter. It wasn't like I was a cheerleader, not a cheerleader. I was pom-pom, track, basketball, and I played football with Herbert Hoover Boys Club. Okay. But I wasn't a person that start fight, go picking at people and beating people. No. That wasn't my lifestyle. But it was something in me that gave me the boldness then as I have now. As I have it now, that assurance that Yah got me where he want me to be. And that is not fearful to the point. Now, I'm fearful as a feminine and a female. I'm going to get that straight right here and now. But as far as, I guess I did kind of learn it as a teenager, how people never said or say, and you ask them, well, who did you see me fight? Oh, Deborah, I don't know. I can't even remember. But wait a minute, hold up, bro. You said I was a fighter. I don't know. I was just in love with you, and you were so mean. They even told me that at the funeral. You were so mean. But you should have seen them all trying to take pictures at the funeral. That's what they were trying to do, you see. But I'm just still saying that I'm not that type of person that's a fighter. I'm not that. I'm just not that. So I'm going to give the glory to where the glory is due. That Holy Spirit was in me a long time ago. You know, it knew I didn't have no sense, but it was with me a long time ago. And did you know, all that time, he told me that is what they were looking at. It wasn't that you was going out here fighting people. It wasn't that you was mean and bad. It was that spirit I told you about. See, he said to me, even as I'm speaking to you, that people look on the outside and they measure everything based on the outside. But he said the real war is from within. That's really what spirit is, what's in. That's why you can be in a situation and wonder, how is it somebody can dislike you? How is it that someone can hate you and don't know you? Ain't never been around you and don't know enough about you to hate you. Like Cain and Abel. You see? For no reason. It's because one had something that the other one didn't. And the other one had something that the other one didn't. That was hate. So see, while we sitting around trying to make it a flesh thing and a tough, and I'm bad and I'm this, the Father telling you is coming from a spirit realm. So all that time I was coming up and everybody was fearful of me, it was always the spirit realm. It was always present. Because when you ask them, you say, if you got 100 of them together and you say, well, who did you see her fight? I'm gonna be honest with you. Not one can tell you who. It's just the fear that was on them. And I go back, it remind me what I've been telling y'all since I was 4 years old. So it's not something you take today and say, no, you can't take this away. It's who I am. It's who Yah is in me. And I think many of us need to really search ourselves instead of trying to search others and put more emphasis on ourselves. And back to what I want to say before I get off here, I got a few more minutes. Someone asked me about family and how do we, it's not so much as we wanting to change family, okay? We just need to set boundaries that we're going to serve Yah. And we're not going to let them take us off for our mission. See, Yah ain't trying to tell us to control our family. He already done let y'all know as clear as day, and 99.9 still don't believe it. And he sat there and he told the men among your, watch this here. Let me get it again. He said, among your family, your household, foe, meaning enemy. Now, what I can't get is, it's in there a good 10 times. But we're along the line that we today don't respect that. We're along the line. Now, we can say they smeared it and they moved this here because they did. But somewhere along the line, we must understand, Sister Deborah take you back to the beginning, before the foundation of the world. And you ain't going to be able to erase that. You ain't going to be able to smear that. You ain't going to be able to change that. And before the foundation of the world, he already has appointed, anointed, and predestined everything to go in the way of the serpent or the way of the spirit. That's another level that we don't have no respect for. Let me stop saying we. People don't have no respect for it because if they think it only has to rumble their way or no way. I have to be able to see into that. I have to be able to get that. I got to be able to understand that. No, that don't make no sense because you don't let your brain have its say. That's why. And that's why people don't teach and preach what took place before the foundation of the world because can't nobody tamper with it. And they don't know how. Because when the Holy Spirit lives in you, that's what he teach you. Let me take you to the beginning before the foundation of the world. Let me take you where it all started. You think Yeshua was able to tell Satan it is written if he didn't know it was written? Because it was already written. And that's all Sister Deborah is saying is before the foundation of the world, everything was already written. Now, this is my thing that hurt me is I had to grip the fact that people who have family and people in your family is on a different side than you are. Okay. Somewhere you got to strengthen your spirit realm. You have to strengthen your spirit realm. Okay. Because that's where your endurance and your long suffer going to be right there. Why? Because that's going to be the area Yah ain't going to let you be able to change. You see? So what did it mean? You got to change you, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you understand the Most High Yah in the midst of the storm. Because he's not going to change our household, you guys. He's not coming to change our household. It's finished. It's over. I even sat up today and got all these verses and I said, wait a minute, Father. He said, but Deborah, you don't need those verses. You can teach that thing. I said, I can? He said, yeah, you can teach that. Because when I got the verses, it talk about how the wife can sanctify the husband and the husband can sanctify the children. I mean, the husband can sanctify the wife, or the wife can sanctify the husband. And sanctify means kind of like holy. It's like holy. But hear me out. When I think about Abraham and Sarah, they both was on Yah's side. But then I go back to David and his wives. None of them was on Yah's side. But David, you get what I'm saying? When you go to Moses, Moses was what was on Yah's side. His wife wasn't. Y'all get it? You see? So we just don't want to have the respect for Yah at the level to say, okay, I'm just glad you chose me. And if you, and ain't no if, but you're greater in me than anything in this world. I'm just going to stand on your light. I'm going to stand on your spirit and truth, your meekness, your humbleness. And I'm going to ride this thing through. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to tell y'all something. I learned that people really don't think that anything going to happen to them and theirs. They don't think, they think everything has to be the light in their midst. They don't understand that's not how he created it, baby. Just look at a mother with 6 children and she already know which seed is which. But do I stop and treat them based on the seed that he created them to be? No. But I don't let them bring me to bending up and being down. I stand firm on what is greater in me. You see? And what happens when we went to this funeral, they saw all these people speaking to me and dealing with me. I already know my son in Texas and my daughter, oldest daughter, it was like, hey, a different change up. Why? Because you're seeing that what you want to portray me to be ain't who I am. So even when I said to the Father, why did you let them call my name on that pulpit? Because that stuff is strange to me. Why do y'all mention my name? You see? And everybody looking. Was it a good thing? Yes, but still in all these people in this funeral, why are you mentioning my name? So I began to say to the Father, you really did that, didn't you? You really did that. Because nobody else's name got mentioned. You see? So I'm like saying, you just have to stay firm in what Yah called you to be. You cannot change no one else. He have warned us that he come not to bring peace in your family. But when you are the light and you are spirit and truth, you come with a lot of Yah's characteristics. You are the light in the household. Did you know there's not a light in everybody's household? There's more darkness in people's household than light. So your household is blessed to have the lights in it. Do they see the light? No. The darkness gonna always buckle up against the light. But the light don't have to buckle down, nor buckle up against the darkness. But let Yah pan that thing out. Even with me and my children. Me and my children. I said, even if I have to go into hiding, because what everybody thinking is I'm going to be here. I'm not going to be here for no grandbabies. No. No. You ain't going to make me grandmama when you want me to be grandmama, or when you say I'm grandmama. Let AI be grandmama. How about that? How about that? Let TikTok be grandmama. Let Facebook and YouTube be grandmama. Don't come pulling up on me, telling me I'm grandmama when you ready for me to be grandmama. Oh no, I don't ever have to be grandmama. I don't even have to be mama. But I tell you one thing, I know I got to be a child of the Most High Yah. I don't have to claim all these titles of this world. If the world don't recognize my Father in me, then I don't recognize the world that's not in him. I have always been that light, even in my mother's household. She always knew it. Always knew it. And the thing about it, I had all those older siblings, and you know what? It wasn't nothing I didn't know how to do. And I got to check that right now. It wasn't me. I'm going back to that spirit that been with me since I was 4. I would go out and do things just to conquer it. And come back and say, I want to do something different. Miss Almond and Sissy, they was like a second mother and a second older sister to me. And Miss Almond, you said, Booby, please stop getting these jobs. These jobs really pay a lot. She worked at the post office. I went and got a job at the post office. Hello. Down there in the same building she's in. See, every place, it was a time when the Father said to me, Deborah, the sky is the limit. He was telling me you can go, you can do, you can be whatever you want to be. The sky's the limit, baby. You know what he was telling me? Greater is me in you. And ain't nothing going to be held from you. It wasn't nothing that I would go out to conquer that I didn't defeat. Even to today, I sit back and think how the Father always let me get victory in whatever I was going after. But today is different, y'all. It's over. It's over. You can't think that you're going to go out here and work with the world. Not this day, Deborah. You got to see this day as I said it. It is. It's worse than any other day. So, but what I don't want to do is this. I don't want to buckle up and buckle down to the world. I don't want to buckle up and buckle down to my household. I don't want to buckle up and buckle down to you all. I want to stay level with the Father. I want to know that I know that if he's greater in me than anything on the outside of me, who can ask for anything better than that? I can't lose, y'all. I can't lose. If I fall dead right now, I win still. I won. Every message I didn't put on this YouTube has to do with my Father. I got treasures in the kingdom that I already know I have. You think he would be with me since that young age all the way up to now and not put me in for rewards? Come on now. Don't be trying to get your rewards in this earth, because then you're playing the worldly game. Now you're not just in the world, you actually of it, because you're looking for the glory of the world. It's like even in your household. Stop looking for something out of your household. Just be what Yah called you to be in your household. And don't put restrictions on people that Yah has already put on you because he's greater in you. You cannot expect somebody to level up with you and with you if you got the Ruach HaKodesh and they don't. There's a challenge. There's a battle. Glorify Yah for being all that he is in you. And pray for those on the outside of you. And not put yourself above them in a way that I'm all this and I'm that because I got the Holy Spirit. No. Bring that spirit to be humble and meek. Because guess what? You're going to need that in this day and time. People are doing things in the household that I would never thought I would live to see. And because of the patience, the endurance, and the long suffering of y'all, that's why I ain't as cuckoo clock as I could be. Because I've seen some things, I've heard some things. And I'm not just talking about in the natural realm, in the spiritual realm. And if it gets any worse than that, then what he's showing me, let me tell you something. Y'all got some word, y'all gonna hear something that you never heard from Sister Deborah. Because it is deeper than deep, like he told me. And I told him I don't need to go into the deeper, Father, y'all. I can stick with your deep, but I don't need to go into the deeper. I don't think he want me to go there no way. Because the basic things people can't handle. Don't be trying to force those who don't have the Holy Spirit in your realm. Stop trying to fit them in the realm that y'all haven't brought them to. Pray for them. Trust he that's in you. Trust that he can be in them, or he can go in that direction. But if you think that, it's something you can do and how you can do it and the way that you can do it, no. Because I told y'all, and you don't listen, people. You don't listen. When he said in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, he wanted me to tell y'all, try to tell y'all, but you don't listen. It starts in your household. So if you thinking tribulation ain't in the present, that's why you shouldn't think it. Let tribulation whoop your tail. Let me put it like that. Let tribulation whoop your tail, since you don't want to listen. Because tribulation is going to be in your household. I taught that in the last 2 years. That we're going to be tried. And he coming for us first. Oh, no. It ain't going to happen in mine. Oh, no, not mine. Oh, no. Just wait. This is where you try by the fire to see really are you who you say you are, or if the Holy Spirit is in you. Or will you endure? I have endured. I told y'all in the last month, y'all, someone blessed me with something, and with a blink of an eye, it was gone. And I'm like saying, but no, Father, this been going on since I've been knowing it. How long, Father, are you going to allow this? But this is his will for my life, for my living. That's that going in the ocean, drowning, and need to come up for a breather to make some sense of this stuff. So if you're thinking you having issues in your household, let me tell you something. You ain't seen nothing yet, because Sister Deborah been going through it all the time. But you don't see me stop from videoing and doing what I know I'm supposed to do. Will y'all give me a break off this platform? Sure he will. And he'll tell me, go ahead on, do what you know how to do. You'll be back. Greater is he that is for us. He's not for the world. So we need to stop trying to make him liable for the world. Can he be liable? He created him. Sure he can. But he told you he ain't. That's like in our household. Be all that we can be. And I'm going to show you the good part of it. Let me tell you the good part about it. I just explained something to you all, and I knew it went straight over your head. I told y'all when I was a young person, even in elementary, in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, high school, I went to trade school. I mean, everywhere I've been throughout all the good jobs, I had always had good jobs with good pay, no matter where I went. Nobody bothered me. I give you all glory and praise, Father. That's how your household should be. I raised my children. I did what I was supposed to do. I looked back and asked the Father, I said, now what's going on with this picture, Father? If you had to do a Proverbs 31 real woman, and I know it ain't got nothing to do with a real woman, I said, I was standing in that gap. I was all that was in Proverbs 31, almost. So what? Even though he ain't talking to a woman, but still in all, I'm still saying, where did I fail? What happened? I said in Georgia they was talking all about this, and here it is all across the internet. I know a lot of y'all don't pay no attention to it, especially people who got young children. They don't think that their young children gonna switch on. Oh yeah, they will, baby. Because I used to think that too. They will. You could be the best mother. You can give them the world. You can make sure, like with mine. I sit back and see my sister and them and their kids. They didn't put their children in nothing. With me, mine's learned how to swim, play all sports, skate, ice skate, all different sports, gymnastics. That's the type of mother I was, a very active type of mother, getting them in programs, doing everything. That's who I was. Then I sit back and look at all my sisters and them. They didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? And when I look at it and I think, and I said, you know what? Now I got a nephew, he's playing the piano, and one now he's in basketball. He's 11 years old and almost 6 foot already, 6 feet. And it's just so many things that I put my time in as a mother. And then I wasn't the type of mother that was whipping my kids, beating my kids. I wasn't that type of verbal abusing my kids. Cursing wasn't allowed in the house, so they can't include that. They never saw their father disrespect me, not one time. They never heard him raise his voice, not one time. You see? So what I'm trying to say to you all is it doesn't stop me from living and seeing the side that Yah said shall happen. Yah said he come to bring the division. Thank you for all that makes me understand what's going on. I respect his division. I come not to bring peace. I salute you on that, Father. I respect his division. I mean, he's bringing division against. I respect that. You know, to the point where I said to the father, I said, what's this with the daughter-in-law? What is the daughter-in-law? You know, he broke that thing down. He broke that thing down so well with me. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's it. Can't nobody tell me nothing now. Because in my mind, I said, you didn't say son-in-law. So what's this all with Matthew, Luke, Mark, and John? What's this with daughter-in-law? Because he wasn't talking about so much as yesterday. He's been trying to tell us things for today. How bad it's going to get, because these are the things we never focus on. We never looked into. So I can want what I want, and I can portray it. I can play that role of mother and daughter-in-law, and I do. I play it to the utmost, but there's something still right there that's telling me he said what he said, and he meant what he said. He meant that. And I try to play this perfect role to keep it from happening. And that's wrong, because you're trying to disrespect him and say, oh, you said that, but that don't mean me. And he's sitting here letting it show right before my eyes. I told you. I told you already. And you trying to cover it up. We cannot escape the prophecies that has been warning us. And these men, it makes my spiritual heart so saddened, because I look at Ezekiel and Jeremiah and who else was there? Hosea and Zacharias. Who else was that? Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Zacharias, Hosea. Just listening to them tell us that ain't nothing we can do with Judah and Israel. It's something y'all gonna do. Because we can. These people are cuckoo all the way out. And so when you're telling people that, they think you're wrong. You're trying to talk about, that shows you that Judah is gone. Judah is gone. And that's what, the internet went poured out. Let me tell you what AI poured out. Y'all can go look at my short. AI poured out that part where I say, how is it they going to go boycotting? Now, what will make AI go into that video and pull out that like that? And that's what made the two people respond. I'm like, that's deep. How could it do that? Keeping up mess, trying to keep up trouble, trying to say things to get people triggered. And they got it. I'm telling you, the AI is and when I say AI, it's not really AI. It's the flesh of men. That you want me to tell you why it's the flesh of men? Because you remember when he says that Satan is actually going to give up his power. Why is Satan giving up his power? Because you all don't want no sense out of nothing. Satan didn't met his obligation. People, he deceived the whole world already. What part of y'all don't get? If y'all said he come down to deceive, does that mean he should not? Or should he? Satan come down to deceive the whole world. Does that mean he's going to? Or does that mean he's not? You see how simple that is? And I, Sister Deborah, if he asks me, and he has, what did I see it? I see it. Father, is it okay to say that Satan has deceived the whole world? Because I think all of y'all are deceived by him. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't say to the Father that he has not. Yes, he sure has. AI is what man developed, and man put information in it the way they want you to feel, think, and understand. You can go into Google and pull up a word like prophesy, and you're waiting for the flesh to tell you what it means instead of going into Hebrew and learn what it is. But guess what they did? They cut out a lot of words, so you can't get the Hebrew no more. You can't even get to it from your Google. That shows you the power of what they're doing. And everybody in this country trying to tell us we need to fight back, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's just like one thing that we can really change our household. You can't. People think they can change their grandmama, their grandpa, they mother, their father, their wife, their husband, their sister, their brother, their children. You can't, baby. You can't win. Only way you win is when you get in one alignment with the Most High God. And when he see you in alignment with him, he'll make your family right. He'll make your family right with you. But you got to stop thinking that you are holier than thou and they are not. You got to understand, well, wait a minute. He looked high and low and looked at me, and he came in me, but he didn't come in thee. So I can't look at you as low because he came in me. Only reason why I am not where you at is because the Holy Spirit came to me and in me. So that shows you that it's no reason for us to really look down on the ground to no one else because they're not where we at. We ain't where we at because we are where we at. What example did you not hear with the 10 virgins? 10 came down, but only 10 came with all. Only 5 came with the all. They all didn't come down with all. That's going back to tell you what took place before the foundation of the world. That's why I say you feel like you're talking, but you feel like you're talking to the brick wall. Because when it's time to use these things, people get weak in it. They get lost in it. But I hope they ain't getting bloated in the head. Because when you get like that, then you begin to see those that in your midst, on your workplace, or in your community, or in your immediate family, or in your extended family, or in your community, you begin to think, hey, I'm holier than thou, I'm better than everybody else in it. But you have to look at it in a way that, wait a minute, heavens looked down at me and he appointed me for him to come in. So that ain't your choice. See, that's what people don't understand. It's heaven's choice and heaven's only. So then you got to start to have that grace and mercy, or the grace towards someone else who don't have what you have, and start using it to represent Yah, doing things so that people can see your light and your spirit and truth without trying to force them into what you have. Because if they don't have what you have, how do you expect them to level with you? You can't. You can't expect them them to come to your level if they don't have what you have in you. Y'all don't want us to take it like that. Because I was able to see a lot of things in life, in living. I'm telling you, through family and everything. But did you think my children would tell you, my mother do not go out bothering nobody? I don't. I don't go out bothering family members and saying, y'all ain't this and y'all ain't that, or you ain't this, or I don't bother them. I stay to myself. Because I know that something is greater in me. And I stay to myself. I don't go bothering them trying to. That's why I said that, Father, if anything had to happen to any of my children, the sermon would be all about you. Ain't nobody coming. You ain't coming to preach nothing. Preach your tail up out of here. You ain't come to give no speech. I wouldn't have no other pastor and no other priest or nobody to say nothing. Sit y'all tails down. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. The light is in the house. I wouldn't give them the time of day to think that they got something to say. But that's with my family, my children. But I ain't going up in nobody else's. I wouldn't dare go up. Now I would love to go if something happened to my mother. I would love to preach the sermon then, eulogy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I know the first thing they'll want is my brother-in-law, who been in the family for 38 years and never measures to now one of them. But that's what they would probably run and get. But can I override it? Sure I can, but I ain't. Now, if my mother tell them and put it down for them to know that I would preach her eulogy, then yeah, they won't have nothing to say. But if I came up and said, I'm putting me down as the one that's going to speak, they would do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fight over that. I'm not going to say, well, y'all need to put me down. I want to, no. Homegirl, don't do that. I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to go and try to rule somebody's church and rule somebody the way they do things. No, I'm not. Like he said, let the dead bury the dead. Stand down. So I say unto each and every last one of you all, there's so many people in our lives that we want to make a difference. And how we can do that is to trust in Yah and lean not to our own understanding. And like I said to y'all earlier, my thing, and I said this, I'm going to start really working on communicating with Yah in spirit, speaking with Yah in the spirit realm. I haven't done it in a little while now. And I think that's something I need to really get to, because I started doing my exercising and all of my thing, everything I need to do. But when my son is here, I get away from everything that I need to do. And I start eating unhealthy. I get away from my exercise. So I'm telling you, sometimes those are your loved ones, but when they're around, they do bring an environment, but you have to be the light and be able to get victory in that, and not let that spirit that's around take away what you need to be doing. But so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start communing with Yah in the spirit, and I'm going to get back with you all with a lot of heavy anointed word of Yah. And I know it's not going to be something that's going to make you think it's time to party hardy. It's going to be something that bringing you into where we at today, letting you know what we're about to face the next day, the next day, the next day, and the next day. Things that the world is hiding from us. So I feel if I get in the right place with Yah, where I should have been all this time, and that is praying in the spirit. Oh, y'all. Oof, if y'all, I'm telling you, you don't know what that feel like. So Sister Deborah, I went past my 2 hours. I appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live. And I will be back. Yes, I will be back. So I say unto you all have a a wonderful night. I'm just looking at people responding to that AI short message. So I, Sister Deborah, say you all have a wonderful evening. I appreciate each and every last one of you in the live. Shalom and shalom. Where am I?